All right, here we are with Persepolis. We're doing chapter 2, bicycle. So the first thing that you need to do is go through this and define some words. On page 11, which is this page, we have the word imperialism. We need you to define the word imperialism. Here it is. You need to go to page 15 and identify the word fanatics. Fanatics. And finally, on page 15, you need to find the word perpetrated and define that. Some other things we're going to come across are the words revolution and dialectic materialism. You're going to be defining those as well, but let's read a little bit first and then go back and do that. My faith was not unshakable. The year of the revolution, I had to take action, so I put my prophetic destiny aside for a while. Today, my name is Che Guevara. I'm Fidel, and I want to be Trotsky. These are all people who were in revolution. We demonstrated in the garden of our house. Down with the king! Down with the king! The revolution is like a bicycle. When the wheels don't turn, fall. Well spoken. And so went the revolution of my country. Before we go on to the next page, number 4 asks you to identify the simile in this chapter and explain what it means on the top of page 10. So right up here, the top of page 10, 4A, I want you to find the simile on this page. What is the simile? And explain what it means. We're going to come back to that same simile when we get to page 17. Also, what you need to do on this page is down here at the bottom, you need to explain how the bicycle is a symbol. What is the bicycle a symbol of? It has to stand for something other than itself. What is that? After a long sleep of 2,500 years, the revolution has finally awakened the people. 2,500 years of tyranny and submission, as my father said. First, our own emperors, then the Arab invasion from the west, followed by the Mongolian invasion from the east, and finally modern imperialism. To enlighten me, I bought books. I knew everything about the children of Palestine, about Fidel Castro, about the young Vietnamese killed by the Americans, about the revolutionaries of my country. These are different ones. But my favorite was a comic entitled Dialectic Materialism. In my book, you could see Marx and Descartes. The material world doesn't exist. It is only a reflection of our own imagination. Says you. Mean that even though you see this stone in my hand, it doesn't exist, since it's only in your imagination? Exactly. Ouch! What are you doing, Karl? You broke my skull. Ha 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 ha. This is Karl Marx. This is Descartes. Marx is making fun of his philosophy. This is God. Well, this is God. This is Karl Marx. It was funny to see how much Marx and God looked like each other, although Marx's hair was a bit curlier. Despite everything, God came to see me from time to time. So, you don't want to be a prophet anymore? Let's talk about something else. You think I look like Marx? I told you to talk about something else. Tomorrow the weather is going to be nice. She doesn't want to talk about her faith anymore. So if I had to label this section, I might label this having to do with maybe religion, right? A personal choice. This I might label as education, if I had to label it with a different theme seed. We also have some rebellion. That's another theme seed. So you just said the weather is nice. It will be 75 in the shade. Shh, wait a second. He's listening. they burned down the Rex Cinema tonight. Oh my God. The doors had been locked from the outside a few minutes before the fire. The police were there. They forbade people to rescue those locked inside. They attacked them. The firemen didn't arrive until 40 minutes later. BBC said that there were 400 victims. The Shah said that a group of religious fanatics perpetrated the massacre, but the people knew that it was the Shah's fault. Tomorrow, there'll be another demonstration. Obviously, we can't let things like that happen. I want to go. Don't you think I look like Che Guevara? She's talking to God. Maybe I'll be even better as Fidel Castro. Where are you? Are you there? She's getting angry. God disappeared. She goes to her parents' room. Knock, knock, knock. I want to come with you tomorrow. Where? The demonstration. Demonstrate on the street. I'm sick and tired of doing it in the garden. It's very dangerous. They shoot people. For a revolution to succeed, the entire population must support it. You can participate later on. Sure, when it's all over. Mom, please. Oh, no. Come on. You're going to bed now. Please, please, please. God, where are you? That night, he didn't come. All right, so a lot just happened in those few pages. So let's take this a bit. You had to link what happened on this page. Something that is said on this page relates back to that simile that you found on page 10. I want you to find that, and I want you to, right up here at the top of your page, link the simile to something that Marjane says on page 17 and explain how they are linked. So you're explaining how what she said on page 10 is linked to what she is saying on this page, page 17. Another thing that you're going to want to do is come back to this page. So she's reading lots of different books, and her favorite is this comic book entitled Dialectic Materialism, and it has to do with Karl Marx and Descartes. So you're going to have to look this up. I want you to look it up online and see if you can't read the definitions that you find online for dialectic materialism and come up with your own definition that matches what's happening in this book. So it needs to have something to do with our book that we're reading today. The other thing that you need to do is on the top of page 11. So now that we've read this, we've read about this bicycle, how a revolution is like a bicycle, and when the wheels don't turn, it falls, how everybody has to be involved in a revolution. What is a revolution? What is supposed to happen because of a revolution? In your own words, not Webster's, tell us what a revolution is. And you are writing this at the top of page 11. Top of page 11, you should have a description of what a revolution is. Before we go, I just want to come back to this and point out what happened here. So people are protesting against the Shah. People don't like the Shah. The Shah is mad at the people. And so some people are in a theater. And so that the Shah can try to gain some more attention for himself, he is the one who orchestrated this. This is the Shah's fault. He had the people locked in there and he burned the building down. Then what he did was he blamed it on a group of religious fanatics. Remember, there's two groups here. There's the progressive group, but there's also a group that wants to go back to the roots, to the Islamic roots. And people who are against Western ideas and who want to go back to the basics would not be for a movie theater. It would be against that. So he chose that to make it look like the religious fanatics did it, but actually that's not what happened. This is the man who's in charge. This is the person they are protesting against.